What's up, everybody? This is your stream, Mr. Steven, aka The Legend, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. And welcome to the Steven Factor. Tonight, I'm getting ready for one of the biggest movies of all time, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Let me tell you about this movie. That movie is a shit. The reboot, the animation is so spectacular. Seth Rogen did a very good job to produce this movie from scratch. Perfect writing, perfect creativity, and a perfect imagination. And that's what the Ninja Turtles fans really want to see. Now, the story begins, those four turtles are actually teenagers. That's what the fans really wanted. They hire some young kids acting like teenagers, bring back so many hip hop vibes. There's so many hip hop vibes, from No Diggity or to Annie Up, and even some Easter egg reference like 6 in the Morning. It's been written by and performed by Ice-T, and when Ice Cube just sing it has so many references as well too. Wow, I don't know. I have so many thoughts about this movie, but it's just the ambulance. My apologies. I have so many thoughts about this movie. I think that movie is very spectacular. The origin of the story is completely different, and this is a story when the turtles want to see the real world, and they've been isolated like 15 years ago, and Master Splinter was so very overprotected to his sons, and they knew that they wasn't ready for that point. And then he's very afraid that the humans don't like the mutants, and the mutants don't like the humans. It was like you're in the middle of the racism, like when black people doesn't get along with the white people, and they're very afraid of it. But the origin of the story was so amazing, so unique, and pretty different too. It was pretty different. And it's ridiculous at the same time. I mean, like, he is a young rat eating the trash, and then trying to make a friend, and the cowboy has been dead, and he eats them. And all of a sudden, he saw these 4 baby turtles with the TCRI ooze, right? And they've been mutated. Splinter's been mutated, and then they decide to go outside and sort of see the real world. And all of a sudden, the humans hate the mutants, right? So, they went down in the sewer, and Master Splinter has to find a way. Look at so many kung fu videos and stuff, and trying to bring back so many kung fu flicks back in the 80s and stuff, and Jackie Chan's is one of the cameos, one of the flicks there too. But the origin is very funny and very silly. So meanwhile, excuse me, the turtles decide to sneak out. They be friends with a human named April O'Neil, and then I think they decide to have a wonderful team, trying to investigate who Superfly is, and Superfly plays as Ice Cube. We have Leatherhead, we have Monto Gecko. They have so many references. They call him Shrek and stuff. It was so funny. This movie is perfect from scratch, and I really enjoyed it. So Master Splinter still love them. They still miss them. Even the part when Master Splinter look at the photos, and they just put the music called Lonely. I'm so lonely. I have nobody. body, not my own. And it was so hilarious. So meanwhile, they have a little situation about the Superfly, and you know how the turtles be undercover and stuff. But there's gonna be freaky going on. This little car chasing it, and they trying to destroy Superfly and stuff. But all of a sudden, one of these goons kidnapped the turtles, and 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 this lady trying to kidnap them and trying to destroy the turtles with their mutagen ooze, right? And 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 she wants to create more mutants and special the world. And they have so many reference, like inappropriate reference. They're swearing in it, and now they talk about milking and from cows and stuff, and they don't have any nipples. I was like, oh my god, this movie is so fucking silly. Okay, I just can't even take it, you know. Also, um, I really love the part when April teamed up with Splinter, and Splinter could fight as hell. Pretty old, but all of a sudden it went failed that they don't, and Master Splinter is trying to send these boys home. In other words, they don't want to hang out with April anymore because she's a human, and everything went sad, and it really hurts that way. So, meanwhile, Superfly decided to destroy the world, and all of a sudden, they knew that this heartfelt moment that they could do better, and maybe they could probably hang out with the humans a little bit. I mean, getting along with humans a little bit. But all of a sudden, when Superfly was been mutated to Super Duper Fly, Splinter knew that he was very wrong about them. And I think that when Superfly tried to react about the humans after Bastard Stompman passed away, and he knew that he was just like Splinter, and when 3 seconds later, when Splinter knew, he would do the same thing from in front of his sons. And Splinter was very wrong about them. He knew he's very ready, and he said he wanted to film it, trying to post it to see who they really are. And guess what? They had to do it to prove who their humans really, really am. So the battle was on, and it was heavy. And now, very human. And now, all of a sudden, the turtles trying to fight with the Super Duper Fly, and they try their best, and Leo and his brothers decide to become the real Ninja Turtles to be who they are, right? So at the same time, Master Splinter was very overwhelmed. The humans trying to save him. April O'Neil is heading to the Channel 6 station, and like I said, the Channel 6 is the same reference from the 1987 series of the Ninja Turtles. And then, and during the high school days, she was afraid when she doing a news station, right? But she is completely vomit at the same time with the green stuff in it. So anyway, she went to Channel 6. She proved to them that the mutants are heroes and everything. And all of a sudden, they get rid of Superfly. He is dead and buried. And now all the mutants decide to join with them. And the Turtles are ready to going to school. High school. For the very first time. And, yeah. they trying to meet new friends and having a prom. Leo's having a crush on April. It was very similar that Donnie has a crush on April in the 2012 of TMNT. But remember, this is a different universe, you know. And this movie was pretty great. And during on the tag scene, there's a cliffhanger because they hired the Shredder. And let me tell you something, man. The sequel will be the badass. So, it was great. I love the movie. I love this beautiful animation, and that's the same 2D/3D animation from Spider-Man into Spideyverse. That movie was phenomenal, and I would recommend it to watch it and see it. And yeah, and that's it. That's a wrap. If you learn more about this channel, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell to see my latest videos, and also a like button as well. Turtle Power, this is your stream, Mr. Steven, aka The Legend, and my pronouns are he, him, and his, saying todo para la familia, and thank you for watching The Steven Factor. One love. Peace.